So waking up to this sound, what are you guys going to do first?
I want to go find where the sound is coming from.
All right, so getting
right in there.
like, oh, boom! What is this interesting sound?
Breakfast, but all right.
It's in the same direction.
Perfect. Is it continental breakfast?
Yes, I was going to say, good morning, my friends. Trust the accommodations are to your liking.
I'm walking out.
Feather mattresses and all.
As the tabaxi
I've had worse.
just barely acknowledges your existence, it's like, what is that music?
Yeah.
It's like it starts across the short grassy jaunt until the paved market square, filled with carts, and now you see the band that comes in to get their tips. Not specifically hired, but they do the work. They get their tips. Up in one of the corners, on some raised platforms, and there's that instrument. Not sure what it's called, but there's the one playing it.
Are they like up? Like you said, they're on a raised platform.
Yeah, just a couple feet.
Okay, I'm gonna go up and like climb onto the platform and like watch. Like, just stand in front of him and, like, watch him playing.
All right. This strange cat person has sort of crawled up onto the stage and right in front of you to just stare at you playing this instrument. Not really at you, but just at the playing of the instrument.
I'm just, like, watching his fingers, and my eyes get real big.
Visian, what are you up to?
Well, since it was such a well rest, I do appreciate the hospitalities, but I'll throw my chainmail back on and my heavy garns. Got my great sword slung across my back, and I'll check on the group, I suppose. She's already kind of left.
Yeah.
So at this point, are you hiding your Dragonborn identity from us? Or?
No.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed or anything of the Dragonborn.
He's proud of who he is.
Yeah, so
Dragonborn
got my my gold scales and my black eyes. So I've got the, like I said, the chainmail on, and it's the classic robes of my order that I have just kind of like draped over the top of the chainmail. So I'm gonna kind of suit it up and pack all my things up and kind of get ready to go, because after a long rest, I figured we'd get some progress in today. So I'll like check on
Is that like
Onyx.
subliminal messaging that we should move things along?
No. My character's just like, all right, we've rested enough. It's time for us to get things ahead. We have to find these adventurers.
Hold up. What's it take to get some food around here?
Hold up.
Oh yes, well I could see what we have. Usually have a well-stocked pantry.
Open it up,
Oh.
there's like nothing in there. Just like malto meal in the corner.
Hey.
Cereal, no milk, sorry.
There are plenty of carts and street just peddlers running through this place trying to sell their stuff. Lots of breakfast type food. Pretty much anything you want to grab is going to be hanging out in this market in a cart or by someone running around trying to sell it.
I've got lots of bacon and a few eggs.
Okay.
But most of the bacon.
I'm gonna like put my paw like on it and see what it does while he's playing.
What is it? What does it do?
It makes a half tone to which I stop.
Oh,
And the water will stop flowing.
And I'm gonna be like, do it again.
And I'll start.
you should like point to the hat, like the cup that you have up top.
Oh no, I've got you right where I want you.
Okay. So yeah, bacon and eggs, simple staples. Throw a silver piece at it and you get whatever you want.
Have I seen them enter yet?
Yeah, they've walked into the square and all that. They kind of walked in just a little bit behind her.
Where are you at, Declan? Are you just kind of?
Oh yeah,
around,
I was so excited about this opportunity to do something interesting and change up things in my rather dull life that I couldn't wait to get started in the morning and got up early. It was just anxiously awaiting any kind of
Super giddy.
activity. Yeah.
Come on, wake up.
Activity like eating.
Peek in
watching
the door and be
cards.
like, oh, they're still sleeping. Oh, wait.
So I already had my breakfast. I'm all suited up,
Cool.
excited, just following you guys, seeing
I think I'm gonna.
what the next step is.
I'll probably like start questioning you. How long have you been in town?
I'm gonna bat your instrument again.
Yeah.
Oh, me? Oh, well, this is.
Going to. Sorry, I'll
Oh,
go after they're done.
So, actually, I happen to be the son of the owners of this estate. So I've lived here all my life.
So a pretty rich boy.
Yes.
Chicken.
That wasn't a cigar. I swear. Bacon.
That's how
Adults
you
only.
eat bacon?
Yes, you could say that. I've had not but the finer things in life for
Quite some time, it seems.
Ever get your
for my
hands dirty?
years.
Quite some time.
Well, yes, the other day I had quite the rough game of cards with some ruffians down at the tavern. They nearly tried to cheat me out of
Out of
couple
your
of
money.
coin.
So I taxed them double.
Yes. True enough. They couldn't say no,
Right?
So.
Exactly. Well, I've heard word that quite some time ago, it was possibly 2 or 3 years ago, of a band of adventurers that had come through here searching for particular artifacts.
Okay. Sorry, because I kind of want to be here for this, so can we do a little...
Well, I was like doing it as we walk out.
Yeah, okay. Because if...
So you see them starting to leave
They're
while
starting
you're
to leave.
while you're interacting.
Yes, I would like to, just because I want to try to invade...
Invade.
So I'm gonna
Just
stop
as many
and say,
sour notes as you can. So it's
I'm going to stop and say, would you like to learn how to play?
Yes!
I'll make a deal with you. I'll begin to teach you if you can introduce me to your friends.
Sure. Come on. And I immediately hop down and start walking over.
The rogues have spoken.
I take my time and I descend from the platform.
Elegantly.
Elegantly and gracefully, as I want to do.
Don't make me acrobatics check you.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, those stairs, right?
You can leave a stage without a check.
So yeah, and then I would imagine at this point we kind of can I assume we interrupt this conversation?
If you want to interrupt this conversation, you're free to do so.
Would you like to help me interrupt this conversation?
Continue
Guys,
the conversation.
We have a new friend. This is... What's your name?
My name is Kaimana.
Kaimana. Say hi. She's gonna teach me things.
I am the one playing the hydraulophone. I'm going to start, I'm going to say something, and cast Unearthly Chorus while I start playing.
what does that do?
Explain the effects.
Unearthly Chorus. It's a style of music you choose, fills the air around you in a 30-foot radius. I'm going to play, so you think it's with whatever. The music spreads around, corners can be heard from up to 100 feet away. The music moves with you around you duration until the spell ends. You make charisma performance checks to advantage. In addition, you can use a bonus action on each of your turns to beguile one creature you choose within 30 feet of you that can see you and hear the music. The creature must make a charisma saving throw. If you or your companions are attacking it, the creature automatically succeeds on the saving throw. On a failure, the creature becomes friendly to you for as long as you can hear the music and for 1 hour thereafter. You make charisma, deception checks, evasion, and persuasion checks against the creatures made friendly by the spell with advantage.
That was basically a
I don't think-
long version of you charm somebody.
Yeah.
Basically.
I don't
But
think
it's-
anyone followed the words that just floated
Oh,
out.
I followed everything.
I needed a slight refresher because I typed all that in.
Basically, I'm
It's like the
turning.
disclaimers commercial. Like, buy this boat, it's got 1,000
Yeah.
But like it's like with friends, like afterwards, you've been charmed. This one's it's not like
Oh,
that.
you're good.
You just hear, you just hear the music.
So who are you doing that? Is that to everybody in the vicinity, or
It's a very weak version of a charm. It's not
yeah,
quite
it's
as useful.
not- yeah, but
30 feet. Everyone makes a charisma save.
On my bonus action, I choose a person. So
You're just doing one.
Are you
So
taking
go.
one?
well,
Go
so
for it.
for every 6 seconds, I'll just pick you guys off.
who are you starting with?
Who looks like the leader? of you guys?
I mean, he's
The paladin in chainmail.
Definitely the
He's
paladin.
questioning
I look like
Declan.
I'll start with
He
Yeah,
is actually the leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, charisma save?
Yeah, you're gonna make it probably.
17, 13 plus 4.
You make it. So nothing happens.
So I can hear the music though, right? It just doesn't
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah, but it plays with the hydraulophone.
Oh, okay.
So there's a chance you just think I'm just making it sound pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it just sounds nice.
All right, but I'm gonna keep playing while I'm talking to you guys because
Okay.
I'm good. All right. Where were we?
Introductions,
Oh, yes.
right?
I am.
Well, you should know me as my family
Owns this place.
owns the estate and has allowed you to play here on several occasions. But just in case you don't know, I'm the son of the estate, Declan of the Earl or the Spats estate.
The acclaimed Earl of Spats. I'm going
That's
to make
correct,
him take,
yes.
in 6 seconds, you take a save. Roll d20 if you beat 14 on a charisma save. Which shouldn't be hard for you either. Okay, he makes the save. The question is, do I know
What'd
if
you roll?
they fail or not? It doesn't really say in the...
For the sake of less forcing you to meta, just you'll know
I'll
because
know.
you'll
Okay.
know here. So
Great.
If only you knew that you could just make friends by being
Ve-
friendly. You didn't have to try to charm
there are some rules.
Personality was charming enough.
all he had to do was play his instrument for
All
me.
she had to do.
Basically,
Yeah,
I'm
all
like
she-
just not
It's gonna be
trying
rough.
to charm you. I'm like,
You're like, I didn't even have to do anything.
that was easy. Let's move on. So it's lovely making your acquaintance.
Yes, absolutely.
And you, sir, with the horns.
Does he always just talk to people like that?
It's been another 6 seconds.
Yeah, that's an 18.
Oh, come on! All right. You, sir, with the horse.
What do you want? Interrupted my breakfast.
He's saying hi.
Oh, I am
He's
so
gonna teach
sorry.
me how to play his little musical instrument.
That looks delicious.
She's gonna teach me how to play your little musical instrument.
That actually
It's
makes a
been
lot of
6
sense for
seconds.
Tabaxi.
And
I'm literally timing this. I'm sorry. Time 6 seconds. I'm gonna keep doing this until. So Augie, it's your turn.
Right, I thought it had a.
I don't. It didn't say that there was a limit. It just said 6 seconds. I could choose someone as a bonus.
it's just a
action.
bonus action.
22.
As long as the
Okay.
music's
And
playing.
honestly, the likelihood I'm gonna enchant any of these guys while I'm doing it is pretty
I'm
low.
gonna go ahead.
That's right. Unearthly Course is from the Unearthed Arcana, which is less than not broken.
Well, would I, like, judging by her wares, understand like what profession she would be, or what class at least? Could I tell that she's like somewhat useful?
What's your perception?
What
is?
I want
By
to
the
like.
way,
I just want to gauge her appearance. Like, is she just a common musician, or does she look like she is?
I mean, definitely not a leader.
Yeah, pretty exactly.
Perception is
Hashtag don't have those stats.
Really?
just a 15.
You're very, very obsessed with it.
3 plus 3.
Hasn't been here very long. A different type of attire from the rest of the troop. Plays well enough with
Uncommon.
everyone else, but just doesn't quite fit in. Fits in well enough to play together, not necessarily socially. What is that? What is the term I'm looking for? Hasn't been taken in by the group yet, so hasn't been here very long.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll introduce myself. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. It was Kaimana.
Kaimana, indeed, yes.
My name is Thisian.
Lovely to meet you.
I suppose I would be the current leader of this band.
Ah.
You're playing this.
We're
No
not
one else
banned.
wants
She's
to.
part of
Wait,
the
6
band.
seconds. Augie, can you roll again, please?
Sure.
You were the leader, so now you are my friend.
16. So
Nope.
Your playing is quite exquisite, though.
Oh.
As beautiful as it is.
Thank you.
How long have you been a musician for?
Most of my adult life, which has been quite lengthy, for I have lived quite long.
I'm not like super familiar with your race.
I am Sia. 6 seconds.
Oh, good lord!
It's the same roll. 17.
Okay. Sea elf.
Slightly frustrated.
I'm gonna pause this for a moment.
We're gonna have to work on that
I-
spell. That's a bit
I
much.
should let you know that I'm chaotic good, so there's like really no reason for me not to like trust you.
That's true. I just
Are you really trying to you really want to charm me, don't you?
I don't trust land people.
Oh,
I come from
You don't
just
need to
north of Crater Island. You might be familiar with that.
Is that the island I
yeah,
came
I
from?
can't roll on this table.
No.
Oh,
No
there
one
you
comes
go,
from
Jake.
Crater
Yeah,
Island.
I got
Just
7.
near it.
Cool.
Oh.
Great. Now I just have advantage on deception with you, essentially, if I have to.
Perfect.
which is looking like I won't have to because
Oh,
you're chaotic.
jeez.
Yay!
Oh, and persuasion. That's
Okay.
advantage on. Yeah.
You
That's,
don't sound very deceptive.
yeah. And then you're next, Andrew.
So I would highly, I'm not going to say you can't because it is part of the game, but I would definitely discourage rolling against each other for checks.
Right.
Like it just forces one person or another person or both of you to metagame for the rest of however long it takes to resolve whatever that check was trying to cover up.
I'm thinking this will
So-
just be a one-time. I gotta get myself in the group. I gotta make myself look as good as possible in this situation.
Yeah.
Do you have any skills or traits outside of musicianship?
Oh yes, I am quite skilled at healing.
Mm.
I survived the Great Plague, and so I am quite adept with healing due to that.
I look at Onyx and I kind of like nod over in the other direction. Excuse us for just a moment.
Can you roll for me real fast, please?
13.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
Can that affect multiple targets?
According to this, yeah, it just says once every bonus action.
Oh, that wasn't yours. That was the note I added on your one of your abilities.
Oh. I don't know.
Sorry.
Mm.
You're good. You're good.
All right, cool.
But yeah, I want to.
Are we gonna walk more than
motion
30
you-
feet away?
I mean,
I'm friendly.
just out of earshot.
Yeah. I'm just like, can't eat a breakfast around here.
And as they walk away, I'm gonna like look at her and be like, because like I did my part.
Alright, I will stop. You'll still hear the music or whatever, but it'll like match whatever chords your atrocious chords you're about to play. Put your finger there. Alright, how about we take it down a notch? Why don't you put a finger there, and another finger there, and then another finger there?
Amber, performance check.
Ooh.
She picks up quick.
Test tube 20.
Hey, alright. She's
Very adept. The rogue fingers going to work on this instrument here.
Alright.
The 3 chords you were instructed to play.
You imagine that CG and
It's
beat.
too natural.
You can
I'll
play
have to roll me on
90% of
D20
music.
first.
Congrats.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
But I'm gonna
What do you
pull
want?
you aside.
Okay.
I don't know as far as my healing abilities, as how far they will go in combat. Do you feel like we would need a healer in the coming adventures we might have?
I'm gonna stroke my little, like, janky teardrop earring that heals me very little and be like, could probably come in handy.
I know we don't know a ton about her yet, but I have a good feeling. And I kind of look over and I like watch her teaching the cat Willow.
Surprisingly patiently.
Yes.
But also with like skill for a land creature.
Like, she seems charming enough.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'll walk back to the group. We might be in need of a +1 for the party, if you would say, if you were interested in joining, of course.
You can play music for us forever.
Child, you are darling.
I just heard you were
saying.
dumb in my head.
That's like not what I thought you were going to say.
As a matter of fact, I have heard tell of you as well, and your ventures. I would be honored to join you as you search for an artifact of some kind. Is
Yes.
that accurate?
I kind of like look around a little bit, and I'm like, we can talk in a more private location, Declan, if you have.
Oh yes, absolutely. We could go to the armory.
Perfect.
Or the,
Excellent.
Somewhere with less
Legs.
prying ears, legs.
only the legs of the armored statues, I assure you, in the armory.
Perfect.
All right, I'm going to. Are you coming with us?
Me? Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to stop the thing and I'll just follow you guys.
Yeah.
The music will still go, but my playing will stop because.
Because
like ambient. around.
because Bard.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I have talent.
All right, as he puts the instrument away, the music continues to play.
She.
Nah, it's gonna take me a minute.
I physically have a penis in it.
I'll take
Jesus
your word
Christ,
for it.
Lord.
Is this in game or is that
So you leading into one of was probably the estate building, all stonework, floor, ceiling, walls, all stone. A couple corridors later, you're at the armory. So you're ushered in one at a time to the. It's not unimpressive, but it's not amazing either. You're wearing armor about as good as the things that are around this room.
Hmm.
There's a few family crests and things like that for the sake of family crests.
right?
But there's not a lot of wealth been poured into armor. They are in the middle of a trading city after all.
Mm.
So here you are in the armory, all alone.
Let's see. Yes. So I'll begin to tell her about the artifact that we're searching for, Mistra. I don't know if you're familiar with the old goddess.
I'm afraid I could be refreshed.
And I will go into a lengthy.
They're going to tell them about.
Yes, which I
Okay.
will let the DM narrate for me. So I'll just do like the iconic like mouthing and talking, and the camera kind of pans to the side, and then it goes into a narrative story,
Right,
and
yeah.
then the DM
Just
takes
imagine Morgan Freeman.
Yes. Well, can we get him to be our DM?
I would be a player.
Morgan, will you come play with us?
So Mistra has not been heard from in quite a while, hundreds of years, since before the plague, actually. About just before the plague, about. So yeah, it's been a few hundred years. But at the time, Mistra was known as the goddess of magic, controlled everything that had to do with magic, the flow of magic from what's called the weave into every piece of magical jewelry, artifact, every person, every spell cast. She had to control the flow.
Sexy.
She was so powerful, in fact, that she couldn't even contain all of her power. She had to siphon her power off into artifacts or into people. Otherwise, she would just be too powerful for even a god. So that is Mistra. And again, a couple hundred years ago, dead silent. And then the plague breaks out. And the world's been a little bit preoccupied with recovering from losing 80-something% of the population.
Mm-hmm. And I'll probably explain my order a little bit as well. If you
The-
wouldn't mind.
So the order is basically, these days, is focused on collecting any kind of manuscripts information about what happened before the plague to Mistra. Where did she go? What happened? Why is she gone? There weren't a lot of signs. So any artifacts, any manuscripts, anyone with history or lore, especially people who lived through all of that, there aren't very many of them, mostly to the oldest elves. And your people, of course, which are pretty inaccessible at the bottom of the ocean. So that's what the order is doing at this point. Just going to try and collect all of these artifacts, all this information. In the long shot dream of bringing her back, or at least figuring out what happened, but really it's just a collection. It's a big group of collectors.
Gotcha.
Wasn't that elegant?
She sounds like a noble goddess indeed.
Yes, indeed. That's why we must revive her. Or at least start with the artifact, locating it.
Do we know what this artifact does?
Do we know what this art? No, and you don't.
I
I feel like Michael Scott. What was that? Tell him.
So, yeah.
No, we specifically do not. But judging from past artifacts that we've recovered, usually in the wrong hands, they can lead to catastrophic events. Usually in the unkosher.
That would be a travesty.
Do we have any information as far as what we want to do? Like,
Yeah.
Like, we have any leads or anything? Or
You do.
Okay, cool.
I just wanted to allow some character building. Sometimes you guys can get really mission minded and forget like to be characters.
Right. I just want to be like, Daniel, what are we doing here? And he's like, I don't know, but I'm in the same boat as you.
So all the research that you guys have put together, you guys are the two knowledge bases for all the research. You have some more general lore you got from other stuff, different reasons, from all the other bards and lore masters that you've been around just in this town. So you guys tracked down, filled in the gaps in documents and histories and timelines and family trees and all that crazy stuff to figure out that the last group that was tracking down this artifact vanished. Just never got heard from again after. This is the last civilized place they were heard from. And you know the names of one of the group who was known as Half Moon.
That was the adventuring group that was lost 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was
Or
led.
not
It was
seen from 2 years
yeah,
ago, or-
exactly. It was led by someone referred to, as far as you can tell, as Half Moon.